Order. Yeah. 7 o'clock.
And then all your, on your mark is set, go.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
it
yeah,
a
right, yeah.
No,
I don't think so tonight. Yeah, yeah. I don't think so tonight. Lot to cook on. So we have in attendance Lou and Rob and Paul. And by Zoom, we have Chairman Bob. Citizens before the commission, I see none, no attendees in line. So we'll go right to approval of regular minutes. We're on number 4 on the agenda already, so we're doing okay. I was not at the last meeting, so I have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, Lou, a second. Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. Bob, you can second, just so we know you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Any discussion on minutes? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 I will abstain. Motion carries. Clerk report we will postpone to later in the meeting. Jennifer said she should be here till about 7:30. So North Cove, bulletin board update.
I got one post in, or street sign thing, and I'm trying, within, obviously it's so late in the year, I'm not gonna actually put the sign up, but within the width of it, I gotta get another one in, and I'm sure actually on the phone doing that. I
Another
got
one.
one street
You're talking
sign,
about you're talking about the sign entering the code.
Yeah.
Right.
is that what this
Oh,
is
the
about?
entrance code.
Bulletin
Okay.
board.
Bulletin board is,
Oh,
what's gonna be?
forget it,
Yeah. Okay.
get me on that.
But on the bulletin board, I got a picture of it in his garage. It's built. He's finishing it up and he's gonna try to install it in the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Sorry.
We'll get to you in a moment. Bob, anything on the abandoned boat that you want to add to us?
Yeah. Actually, there's a couple of things. First of all, I'll give you guys an update. When we had a sticker on the boat provided to us by Deep, the expected date of transfer by memory was the 19th of August.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's come and gone. I've been staying in contact with the individual from Deep that I think is running the program. And I asked him back then, how long would it be, after the 19th, or should it be on the 19th or after, etc. And he said, just give me a couple of weeks. So after a couple of weeks, I called him and he said, and we had exchanged a series of email questions that he sent to me, gave him all the answers. He, when the 2-week time frame expired, called him and he said, yeah, I'm done now. I just sent the package to Hartford. Okay, well, how long will that take? Well, I'd figure 2 weeks. It was almost like that version, that version of the Money Pit where the guy says, when's the guy going to show up? And he goes 2 weeks. And that's all he keeps on saying,
Yeah.
So
It's popular in politics too.
yeah.
Can we deliver? How about we deliver the boat to Deep?
Yeah.
We'll be happy to do that.
We'll
So
come get it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll deliver the boat to you guys at Deep. We'll tie it up in the pier and then can deal with it.
Yeah.
So
It's
Mike-
so just so you know,
Yeah.
I called him or I emailed him again right after 2 weeks, and he said, I don't know the status. I'll look into it and I'll push them.
Okay.
All right. That was on Friday. I didn't hear from him today. I really didn't have the time to
Yep.
send him an email today, but I will follow through with him tomorrow. We have communicated several times with the contractor who I think we should hire to scrap the boat. It's along the terms of what we discussed before. It's $3,000. It's payable in 2 installments. The first installment is $750 when we deliver the boat to him. Second installment is going to be $2,250 when he scraps the boat, and he's going to provide us a document showing the disposal that the boat was disposed of, like a receipt or something of the people receiving it who's going to actually like bring it to a landfill.
Wow.
Okay. The guy
Yeah.
seems, I will say this, that sometimes he takes a little time getting back to us, to me. But seems very easy to deal with and does this a lot. All right. I wrote up a very simple contract. It's in the package. If I would like you guys to, I'm going to make a motion to approve it, but if you want to take a look at it now and ask any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Okay,
This is the one you sent me, right?
the contractor agreement, it looks like between Tracy Vickers and town.
Correct.
Okay, let's just take a quick look. It's in the package. Yeah. Just after the refund receipt from Online Moorings.
Very simple. One
Yeah.
thing that's, I think, important to us is the ownership of the boat transfers when we
Yep,
when we deliver it to the marina.
yep.
He pushed back a little bit on, he was fine with that. But he said, you know, I'm not going to register it before I scrap it, right? And I said, yeah, I don't really care. No, I don't care, you know,
Right.
but we're just saying you own it. It's your responsibility. He brought up a limited liability clause. He said, I'm familiar with those. So I put a very basic one in there saying he assumes all liability for the proper disposal of the boat.
Yep,
And that's pretty much it. Now, we put a date in here of expected transfer of September 21st, which is next Sunday.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can meet that. If not, he seems agreeable to push it off to whenever we, can deliver him the boat. He's
Okay.
he's using, Ragged Rock
Right.
for a place to haul the boat and work on it. Okay. The whole time it's going to take him to, after we deliver it to him and he starts working on it to disposing of it, he estimates is only going to be 2 or 3 days. So
Okay.
this is going to be quick.
And he's gonna pay any fees that Ragged Rock would charge. to
Absolutely.
deliver it. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, yep, okay.
Any questions on this?
Is he picking it up at the,
I'm bringing it to Ragged Rock.
you're gonna bring it?
No,
to Okay,
Yeah, I could alter this, and I may alter this just to say we'll deliver it to Ragged Rock, because that's what he said. At the time I wrote this, it wasn't defined. So I gave him a choice of any of the local towns around here. You know,
Okay. Yeah, because Old Saybrook, Old Lyme, Essex. Yeah.
You're gonna be in the sailboat, right? Am I towed up the river?
if I'm here, if I'm around, sure, I'd be more than happy to do it.
Kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
I don't mind doing it.
So item 1, you wanna change it to Ragged Rock? Sales?
I may or may not. I don't think it really
Leave it
matters,
alone. It doesn't really matter.
you know?
So, anyway, we're discussing this. The motion to, do it was made by Bob and the second was by Rob.
Sure.
Okay. So any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor say of letting Bob go forward with the contract, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, or aye.
Thank you.
Motion is carried. Thank you.
Just, I'll send out updates when the boat is actually transferred and when it's scrapped. Okay, and I'll work with Jennifer for the payment. I'd like to send him the contract. I'd actually like to cut the check, but hold the check from giving it to him until we deliver the boat for the down payment.
Yep.
And at the next meeting, I will have a plan for trying to recoup these costs against the previous owners. And I'll present that to you folks.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right?
All right, cool.
Bob, just one question. When the DEP says they sent it to Hartford, is it just going to the boating division of DEP?
I don't know why they have an internal process. And I don't know what it is. So I think there's someone in Hartford that has to sprinkle the holy water on it
Yeah,
before they actually generate whatever it is they generate.
I was just curious if it all sits within the DEP or if they have to, somehow it's like DMV or something, but all right. That's fine.
I really don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Dredging update. News by anyone there?
Yeah, me too. I don't want to take up too much of your precious time, Paul.
Go for it.
We know that there was a survey that was performed, barometric survey that was performed sometime this summer.
Yep.
I took a look at it, did a very crude estimation on it as far as trying to figure out how much depth we lost. And the bottom line is if you average all the areas in the cove and just do some very rough, you do a grid and
Yeah.
do very average measurements in that grid, we've lost about 3/4 of a foot in 2 years.
Wow.
So if we keep losing that, we're going to be in bigger trouble quicker probably than we anticipated.
Okay.
So to bring you guys back to, what we've done so far is we've already sent 2 letters to to the Corps of Engineers expressing our concerns about this. We've received a few emails in response. The last email said that that after the survey, we can sit down and discuss next steps. So I drafted another letter from Carl and I to the Corps of Engineers, and it's in the package. I'd like to get approval to send it. It has been approved by Carl already.
Okay. This is on the back of the contractor letter.
Yeah, it's page 8 of the PDF.
Yep.
Pretty simple. I gave it to Rob to look at. He didn't laugh at like our my analysis. It really doesn't matter if it's 3/4 of a foot or 0.825 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're losing ground fast.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks terrific to me. Do they need to know what the boats draw for water that are in the cove?
I don't know what they know. To be perfectly frank, we submitted some basic information probably 6 months ago or so.
Okay.
Yeah, there was that form that they asked us to submit, right?
Yeah,
They
but
got filled
I just
out.
can't recall right now what information was on it about.
It was a number of boats and all that kind of stuff, this harbor information navigational metrics form.
Should we resend that with this letter?
No, I don't
Okay.
think I don't think that helps us at all. My goal here would be to get a face-to-face or a virtual meeting with them.
Yep. I agree.
That would be the goal here.
We just had types of vessels, feeling crab power craft and depths.
Okay.
So they've got that.
The key to them is they know what the design depth is, right? Whatever it gets stretched to, and then they get to see what it's filled into. And they know that we've done some calculations and it's filling in at 0.8756643 feet per
That's pretty precise, Bob, 0.875.
Engineers.
You see that? Love.
Well, you know, it's math, right? I mean, it's just plain old math that it happens
It's
to
math.
be. And I was gonna go into how we did it. Well, I think I did actually. There's a footnote there that at least explains in concept what I did.
They just need to be, I mean, it just has to fall on the radar screen, right? It's something that we're continuing.
I actually think there's a typo in the footnote. That should be lost, not loose.
Lose some, that's a good thing.
Hey, just for, on the thing of dredging here, I think they might be, I could be wrong on my information, but I think they might be changing their game plan on how they're getting rid of their dredging up by the train bridge.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
I heard something about barging it out. Instead of bringing it up by, the old Custom Marine building and letting it dry out. I heard they're gonna barge it out,
Wow.
which,
Okay.
I don't know, to me, they're close. Maybe it'd help us get dredged quicker, I don't know.
I don't know either.
So once we get to a close enough step, we'll be able to see if we can coordinate
Yeah.
possibly. So Bob, you want a motion to approve this, sending this letter?
Yes, please.
You want to make that motion? And we'll
Sure. I'm gonna make a motion that the commission approve the letter, draft letter I sent to Craig Martin. That's in the meeting packet, which is co-signed by myself and Carl Fortuna.
I'll second this time. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Rob?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Four aye. I figured, I just was making sure.
Awesome.
All right, all that is approved. And Bob, I see you've got a sample letter that, on this topic that you are suggesting to send off to the mooring holders.
Yep, I think in our last meeting, Paul, you weren't
Yep.
there. We talked about giving the mooring holders the option of leaving the cove.
Yeah.
And once it's dredged again, they would be the first people let in.
Yep.
And so I drafted up that letter.
So I don't think you got barometric survey. I think you want to say either hydrographic survey or bathymetric is what you have in your town letter.
Okay, not that I know the difference between either one of them, but
I mean, barometric is pressure.
Bathymetric, I'm sure is what you,
Either hydrographic or bathymetric.
all right, well, that's wrong too then. So that has to be corrected. Bathymetric, right, is the correct
Yep.
word?
yep.
Yeah.
I can use hydrographic or,
Bathymetric. I don't know, but they're interchangeable.
yeah.
Why don't we just say survey?
That works.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
keep it simple.
Then down below, Bob, I think, no mooring fees related to your no mooring fees, that's clear. Yep, never mind. I thought it was needing clarification. That's good. I think this is a great idea to do now. Gives people a heads up. Or
Yeah, they can make plans.
They can still make plans at this point for next year.
Yeah, it's funny. I was actually thinking we should wait until we actually send out the invitations in
Okay.
November, but I think you're right. It gives them more time if we send it out now.
And someone who knows how to do that just arrived.
All right.
Early.
So, that's right. We're talking about the North Cove dredging, and there's a draft letter in here.
Yep.
We made one change to it. But we're discussing that maybe we could send that out now. Since you're doing it.
Offering
through-
people the chance to,
Yeah, even before we start, before we send out the renewals, give them a real long heads up.
okay. So they're gonna elect it when they do their renewals, but we want them to know they're.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good idea. Okay.
Softball services.
Yeah. And I don't think, Rob, we need a motion or anything for that one. I think we
Okay.
can do that. Was everybody okay with that? Send that out early to the North Cove
Yeah,
mooring holders? Okay. Okay. All right, that's
Jennifer,
great.
between the two of us, we should remember there's a typo in this email. It's not
Okay.
barometric, it's bathymetric, I believe.
We figured we'd just do a survey, just drop it. A
Okay.
Yep.
survey of the cove.
Okay.
And I have a typo in the letter to the Corps of Engineers too, in the
And
footnote.
I'll give you that too.
Great.
I have both of those.
Boy, Paul, tick-tock, man. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and I'm not known for following procedures. Sort of loosey-goosey, big picture. It's not me, but I can turn it on temporarily.
I'm trying to get you all set up.
I know, and you did, thank you, because you knew who you were dealing with. That's very good. Okay.
Come up here first, the lights were out and the cameras on, I'm like, oh, wrong floor.
Okay, so that's registration, to Shoaling. Removal of moorings topic after November 1st. That is, discussion is just to allow people to go later, which may relate to the next item, which is
So
mooring
just to
fulling.
give you some background on that.
Yep.
Of the 144 mooring holders, of which 3 of them are guests and 1 of them is Scott, 55 people replied, 43 in favor and 12 who would not take advantage of it. And a couple people noted that they hope this remains the permanent way things happen.
Okay.
So that has any bearing on your decision?
Okay. So there's a popular, by polling, it's certainly a popular request. So we know that now to go into item 6F, which is the mooring pulling. And Scott has an update.
Chad Davenport's gonna pull the moorings. I talked to him in regards to, he's gonna pull them after November 15th. There's other plans that, I was gonna pull them and I just can't get the help to pull them.
Yep.
So,
And did he send us an actual quote?
Yes.
What do we, it's right here. It is,
8,000.
yep, it's right after the North Cove mooring in the packet, right after the mooring letter.
Which counts all the moorings, counts putting the ramp on the hard for the town dock, and it counts the navigation buoys out in the river.
Yep.
And I did talk to him about how they've been put in the past over the yacht club. And I told him I want them in the rows, not just like piled up in one pile. And he agreed to it.
Great.
Yeah, did it.
He's done it.
He's done it past 2 years.
Okay. We probably should do a quick motion to approve this. The motion to approve this, I will make the motion to approve Southside Construction to pull the moorings as quoted for and specified for $8,000. Second, Rob, second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor? Motion passes 4. All right, clothesline. Have anything going on down at the clothesline? Do we want to put the ramp, since it's near the clothesline, the ramp discussion? Or that's further down, never mind, it's further down. The sign, yeah, okay. All right, Ferry Road, David is not here. Dredging area discussion, do we have further info?
Me, but I have
Rob?
made 0.
Okay.
Bob got me everything I need.
Okay, so
0 progress.
Rob, you will report to us next time. Water control devices, I know we do have issues here. Does anybody have further info? I saw nasty pictures of water leaking.
yeah, that got fixed.
I
That got
didn't hear
fixed.
about that. Unless
Crazy
they-
high price.
if this was- Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even get pictures.
I got an email, I had a picture of David sent us the water, pouring into the area. Anyway, do we have anything to discuss here? Water? I mean, I know the bigger discussion is to be proactive about what we're gonna do there.
Yeah, it's actually, I kind of thought I had to have this ready for tonight's meeting, but.
Okay, well, go
It's
for it.
not- Well, it's not on the agenda, so we could, it's not a.
Water control devices is on the agenda.
Okay.
That's all right. I don't need to make a record every time I hold a meeting.
So I did happen to meet with Dave Cole out there and we walked it together. So I put together this little sketch. There's 3 different areas. You know, one area is a concrete, or is a granite wall scenario.
Yep.
And then the other part is the sheet pile bulkhead, which has a timber cap. And then the other area is the new pier that we built out there. So the concept is to, right now, that water line is just dangling between, it's exposed to the saltwater splash and debris that bangs up against it. So this concept is to have it all protected, either where the area A is, it's gonna be 18 inches in the ground behind the stone retaining wall. Area B, where we have the sheet pile cap, it'll be attached to the inside edge of the timber cap. And then area C, it'll be tucked up underneath the pier, fastened, and then, you know, laterals will go out to the 4 locations for the piers. And at each spigot, you know, I was gonna use the ball valves, swing ball valves instead of having a globe valve. They last longer. You know, we're gonna spec 316 stainless fasteners and brackets everywhere. Use high density polyethylene pipe, which is like what the farmers use for irrigation and stuff. Pretty tough stuff. So hopefully, you know, if we make this investment, we won't have to keep fixing it year after year. It'll still have to be winterized every year. Pressure, you know, send compressed air and dry it all out. But other than that, it should be permanent. So if we think we want to go to forward with a plan like this, we can turn this into like an RFP for a contractor.
Yeah.
If I just had to guess, we're in the $10,000 to $15,000 range, something like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is over 10,000. We have to put it out for bid. Is that correct, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we need to, if we create an RFP, can we wait until we get quotes over 10 and then do it as a second step? See if it really is over 10? I mean, you're pretty confident it's gonna be over 10.
I'm not sure. Yeah. I mean,
Could we,
how hungry the guys are and, you know,
yeah,
off season, someone's looking for work.
Yeah.
Not that difficult.
do we think we can, well, we certainly need to turn it into a format for an RFP, or so that someone can quote on it, right? We have people we would send it to if we weren't at the $10,000 limit.
So we have the plumber we've been working with, but his prices are pretty darn high.
Oh, I mean, I guess give them a fair chance.
Right. Definitely let him bid on it.
I mean, we
Send it to Dan with 10, you know.
yeah,
We're back
we
in
could send it
dredge.
to those two.
Mhm.
And then if we're over 10, that's legit, Bob, I think, isn't it? If we find out we are over 10, then we just say we have to put it out for bid.
Well, I'll just tell you my gut, Paul, is that if
Uh-huh.
we're going through preparing an RFP anyway,
Yeah,
right?
Just
Even
put
if
it
we're
out.
sending it, we might as well just send it out, and we can
Okay.
still send it to anybody we want to send it to,
okay,
you know?
okay.
So,
Yeah, once you get an RFP, that's right. I mean, why not, right?
yeah,
Okay, and we can always decide.
There's some plumbing in town, I guess, and any other plumbers that around.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we need a motion for that to do.
Okay.
But I would just like to say, it constantly amazes me the expertise that you guys have to be able to do this. This is amazing that we're here, right here. In the commission. The town doesn't have to pay money for an engineer to get to this step is amazing. So thank you so much.
Didn't take too long, but yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll clean it up.
It requires special expertise and we have it in the commission, fortunately.
Why don't you and I work on it, Lou?
No.
I'll put it into the format if you give me some of the sketches.
Yeah, put us hanging on the outside.
Okay, cool.
It's not
From a
passive.
property perspective, I just wanted to make sure, like, we're replacing, we're doing maintenance work, we're replacing, it's not like we're adding anything.
Right.
Which is good.
Bob offered to work with you on.
Okay, making a fancy RFP out of it, yep.
Yep.
Thank you
Great.
all. Thank you all. Harbor Master, Dock Master, anything to say?
Been active past month or so. We had one navigation buoy in the river, I'm gonna say number 2, furthest red out that I put in. Ended up about 1,000 feet closer to dock and dine.
Yeah.
With no rhyme or reason, everything's still attached, nothing tangled up. I put it back where it was supposed to be.
I think dolphins did it. Nice, it's my guess.
Then there was a boat out in the river, which I don't know if he got tangled up on the shaft of the mooring or not, but it actually, Chris Griffin sent me a picture last week in regards to his mooring and boat were in the center of the channel coming into North Cove. I got in contact with the owners and stuff, and I took care of that. And there was a boat on the flats that I'm gonna take a guess that he tied his line through the loop of the pennant, and I must have sawed off, but his boat ended up in the marsh. No damage to it, nothing like that. Towboat US got him off at high tide and put him back on his mooring. Other than that, that's good enough.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see, Jennifer, do you want to do your clerk report? We postponed it from number, before you were here. So maybe we'll go back and do clerk report now.
So mostly it's just, holding steady on, all the wait lists, et cetera. In North Cove, you'll notice that we have 2 moorings already that are being relinquished, so I'm trying to keep a running total of that, depending on what the situation is, in the winter, so that, what space you could have if you wanted to.
Yep.
And I just gave you the update on the
Yep.
survey results, so that's about it for that. And everything is proceeding apace with the budget.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah,
I mentioned this to you once and I neglected to put it on the wait list, and I'm sorry to
this is,
kind of go
yeah,
back to clothesline.
okay,
But
yeah,
remember the discussion with our landscaper that he called me about?
yes.
Okay,
You want,
I'm gonna make a motion that we add one item to the meeting under 7, so this be 7A. It's
Okay.
clearing of brush below the coastal jurisdiction line at the clothesline.
okay. We're gonna go back to item 7.
Yeah,
First of all, I think I
sorry.
need a motion to add, although I'm not sure we do because clothesline is on the agenda. So I think I'm not sure we need a motion to add it because we have it
Okay,
already.
fair enough.
So-
Under the
so-
clothesline, then let me explain.
Yep.
I got a call from the landscaping, the surveyor from
Yep. Brian.
Northwards. Yep.
Brian from Northworks, yeah.
Basically, what he said was if you go to the western end of the clothesline in the water, there's a good amount of brush that's growing. Some of it, or a good portion of it, is below the coastal jurisdiction line.
I have pictures that I can share, but you can't even see the, it's grown so high that you couldn't actually, if you had a
Get a
mooring
boat
down
in
there. I happen to know the people on pole 1, since they're friendly with the people who own the house at the wall. They've
Okay.
been using the wall entrance for the clothesline for quite a while, not the shoreline. And then, who knows what people on pole 2, which is here, it's just almost completely. Yeah.
So the essence of the call essentially was he's been getting complaints as to why he is not removing that brush. And he explained to them, he relayed to me that he explained to them that I just can't go in there and start cutting down brush
Another view.
below the coastal. I'm using the coastal jurisdiction line.
Yeah.
As a concept. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
that or a wetlands line or what it is to remove brush. Okay.
Right.
But either way, if we want it removed, I think it falls on us to, to figure out what we need to get and then to go get it.
Yeah.
Do you want the wetlands enforcement officer to go down there and check
Ooh.
it out?
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Bro, it's a tidal wetland, so, but he
should-
she should know.
Probably no, yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't, I'm 95% sure it's actually nothing. They're actually people to cut down like tidal wetlands, but
If it's
it would be
invasive,
great to get. No, I think you
Really?
can even mow like salt hay.
yeah,
It's like-
okay,
I'm 95% sure.
yeah. I know you can if it's an invasive, you can,
You can remove it
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, yeah. But it would be great, like,
Yeah.
if he's not able to do it, he can also talk with his counterpart, I'm sure that he or she talk with the counterpart, the DEP. Give us just like clear guidance on what to do.
Yeah, so our inland
Great
wetlands
idea.
enforcement officer is Lynette Wacker.
okay. Yeah, maybe could you, so you see her around,
Yeah. Can ask her.
you can
tomorrow.
ask this, okay.
Yeah. One of us will go out there with her, Jennifer, either.
Yeah,
Paul.
I will, or, yeah,
No, if we determine it's okay, then we could have the contractor
you could ask him to do it, yeah.
mow it down.
I think we owe him like a letter or something just to say, we've checked, whatever the history is at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
To say, look, we've done our due diligence. We think you're fine to go out there. We take responsibility for whatever, I'm making it up, but that's the concept for me.
Mhm.
We own it, so we should be the ones figuring it out, not him.
Yeah, and that we'll get in trouble if it's not right, not him.
Correct.
Yeah, we directed him to do it,
Yeah, that we directed him to do it.
so slap our hands.
Yep.
Okay, that's great. And also, since we're back here, I know I zipped over clothesline, but I've done a couple of times, about 5 times over the year, Rule 11 type stuff, looking at people who are in different places. And there's one pole with there was never even a line attached. And that one is, you asked me who it was. It's pole number 8, which is William Mulligan.
Okay, he's in here for a health issue.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anyway, so maybe we'll get to that in the Rule 11 discussion. All right. Correspondence. Is this correspondence? It's called, no, that's later.
Yes, that is under force.
That's under correspondence, okay. So under correspondence, I have an item, Connecticut DEP protection license, certificate of permission from Kenneth McKay. Retention of 1995, pre-1999 fixed pier for residential access retention, 19 Meadow Road, Oyster River.
It's not in this packet.
Yeah, it's here.
Yep,
I'm just gonna
that's all
take a
online.
quick-
Yep.
Okay, so this is one that we just comment on if we want to, right? We don't have to, there's no action. And just, mainly, when we see the word retention, it's not expansion of new stuff. It's simply
Fixing what's there.
fixing what's there.
Yeah, he has it's not a permanent dock, probably got
You got, yeah,
dinged. It was unpermitted, so he should
now going through,
retain it.
yep. Because I think they were looking pretty carefully at Oyster River after we had some problems with there. Yeah, if we had some landside filling. Yeah. Yeah, Rob is just looking at that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's nothing.
Okay.
to do.
Okay. So no, we don't have any comments, so no comment. So, okay. Rule 11 requests. Like we have a couple of issues here, including clarification and documentation of policy. So anyone wanna, Bob, do you wanna talk about this, or Jennifer, where do you wanna? There's a bunch of Rule 11 filers.
Well, let me talk about the policy, and Jennifer was probably going to be better to go through the list of people we sent the letters to.
Okay. So, yep, let's get the policy, which is in the packet on the following page.
Yeah. So, during the course of between meetings, I'll talk to Jennifer about certain subjects. And every time I try to remember what we do with Rule 11 people in the different combinations of events that happen, my brain hurts because I can't remember a year ago what we did.
Yep.
You know? So it just seemed to make sense to write it down and run it by you folks and see if we're all in agreement. It's kind of a mechanical procedure. Now, there could be exceptions, based on extraordinary circumstances, but generally, we have people that file a timely letter. We have people that get a notice letter that they've filed Rule 11, but have not filed an exemption request. That person may or may not respond to that request or, to that letter untimely. So what do you do in each one of those circumstances? Right? So generally what I said is, in this, if you filed a Rule 11, you're good for 2 seasons. That's what we've been talking about. But the third season, you have to meet Rule 11.
Right.
So if you do it right, you get 2 seasons. If you fail to submit a timely Rule 11 request, but after you get the warning letter, what do we do with those folks? Like there's 2 or 3 of them in the package today, right? We sent out the warning letter and they said, oh yeah, well, this is what happened, but they weren't timely submitted. And then we have the folks that just don't respond at all to the warning letter. So,
yep. So 3 situations and you've got them right here.
this is what I thought we do. All right. Essentially.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but
No, I think it's right. Like situation 1 is, like you said, the 2 seasons, up to 2 seasons. Situation 2 is, you have to, basically it's similar. Season already happened. They didn't notify us, so there's 1 more season left, but they have to meet Rule 11 the following year, or they would fall into the next, the termination process because of Rule 1.
Yep.
And then when you don't respond at all, you're terminated.
Yep.
I think that's what we've been doing. Right? And okay.
My recollection.
Yep. And failure to provide gear is another situation. Warning letter, and if it happens again, outsee.
Yep.
For that. And if we're failing to provide mooring gear at all, then it's terminated.
Yep.
Okay. Anyone have
Anybody have any objection to those? What I wrote?
Sounds like what we do, and I think it's great that you documented. Thank you.
Put it in writing. Yep.
Absolutely. And anybody who asks, or maybe we could even send out include the language in the letter we send out, which you probably do already, for the situations. We'll see. All right,
So right now if I read Jennifer's updated list, and I don't know where the changes are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people thus far that
Yeah.
that have gotten a, violation letter.
Yep.
Only one has not responded, Mr. Lacy.
Okay,
So maybe we give it another month or something?
Well, he gets till 9/22. That's what was in his
Yeah.
letter.
Got it. Got
yeah,
it.
but these are the vulnerable, potentially vulnerable things, people.
Now we can read each one of these letters if we'd like,
Yep.
you know, but I think all of them, except Mr. Lacy thus far, should get a warning letter saying if you don't meet it next year, you're going to lose your mooring.
Okay, so if just looking at the actual letters, Fiorelli is giving up the mooring completely.
She doesn't have to get anything, obviously.
Yeah. And Ripsaw would be in the second year of Rule 11. No? We are in violation by not launching the boat this summer. So they're in the untimely category, right?
So the only
Correct.
person who, in this list, who got a violation letter, who filed last year for where the bill is.
Okay,
Everybody else is like a first strike.
okay. It's better to look at the list than maybe the correspondence here. Just looking at the one that's in yellow. Medical,
Yeah, it's the doctor's.
that's the one that's got doctor's note. Yeah. Goes up for high school. Right from the doctor.
I mean, the bottom line
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
except for Fiorelli, everybody else would like to, at the commission's discretion, be able to come back in 2026, and they've given their reasons why.
Yep.
Why they were delinquent.
and in this case, all of these people, should they request a Rule 11 next year, that would be, I mean, I was there in the year one of their request. Is that what it works out
Right,
to?
so the only person who
Except for
really
Richard.
has to absolutely make it next year, I guess, would be Bayless, because this is 2 years in a row.
Okay.
At it.
Yep.
Well, you see, I don't read it that way, just for the sake of, I'm not steadfast on my position, but these are people that did not file, Rule 11.
In a timely way.
In a timely
Yeah.
way. They all get a warning letter
Plus 1
saying,
year. Yep.
next year you have to meet it. Because this year you didn't file a timely request.
Bayless's letter said they, just now, whatever date this was, we edited our online application to reflect the boat that's on the mooring. So if that's the boat they're using on the mooring next year, it's gonna be a smaller space for the mooring.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess actually they technically had a boat on here, but it wasn't the boat they read.
It wasn't the correct boat, it was,
So that's why they were in violation.
But still, they have to meet next year because they didn't respond in a timely way.
Right.
Okay.
the only thing they need to understand is they're downsizing the boat from what they had. The
Yeah.
boat that was on the mooring this year was considerably smaller. So if they're going this next year, say, just for example, it's a 24-foot boat, and they get a 37-foot boat or whatever they had, and they think they're gonna put it back on it, that might not happen.
Right.
I think we owe it to him to explain that to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to send a letter to them?
I'll send a special letter to them.
Okay,
They drafted a letter to them. We didn't send it.
okay,
Because my recollection is that I could be wrong about this, but they sent us a letter last time. We looked at it in August.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't timely. I'll send them a special letter, all right? Saying, are you sure you want to do this? If you want to do this, you may not get your boat back in. And we expect you to meet Rule 11 next year. That's essentially what I'll say in the letter.
okay. Okay. I'm good with that, you guys?
Okay.
Okay.
And look, there's three people that are, and I want to have a little more discussion, at least with Scott, to make sure we're clear on the first two.
Richard? Oh, which two?
Three on the bottom.
On
Three
the
at the
very
bottom.
bottom, yep, okay, okay, yep,
Let me talk about the first two.
yep,
Mr. Nielsen, I haven't seen his sailboat, the correct boat, on the mooring all year. Okay, he's out by me.
yeah,
I also believe, I just heard through the grapevine, that he keeps that sailboat up in Chester somewhere at Hayes Haven Marina. Okay? He's been
Okay.
putting like a little yellow sunfish on it.
It's that little yellow boat probably spent half, if not a little bit more, of the season on that mooring.
Right. And the reason I just want to make it
yeah,
clear with Scott before I send it is Scott at one point said to me, that's his dinghy to get out to his boat, and he's doing cruising. You know, and I just don't, okay, I just don't think that's the case. So that's why we didn't send something until, I just want to talk this over with Scott one more time.
okay,
We're in no rush to send this letter out. We could send it out, between now and the next meeting. If you guys say, you trust my judgment on it, okay? Fred Pardee was late getting his mooring gear down, substantially late, my understanding. Like sometime in June, he got it down there, I believe.
Yes.
Scott didn't install it until the end of July-ish, okay? And then Mr. Pardee didn't put a boat on it at all.
isn't this like the third year this has had this? This is just, yeah,
Every year.
every year, okay,
Okay? So I'm gonna just say it this way.
Well, there
Although,
was a sun's mooring first, right? There
Huh?
was,
There was two.
there was two.
it was two.
Yeah, the sun's mooring we took
We
away.
took away last time.
he took away the son's mooring, then he transferred the son's boat to him. And the
Mhm.
boat never left. And the boat that was supposed to be on the mooring, he put on a slip somewhere in Clint. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say it this way. I don't think he gets a pass.
I agree,
Because Scott took longer than he should have to install the mooring. Even though, I'm going to say this in defense of Scott, because this isn't, not picking on Scott here. He's got a lot of other things to do, and he has a schedule of time when these moorings are supposed to go in. And if you don't give him the mooring in time,
Yep.
you wait.
Yep.
Okay? So
Yep.
I think Mr. Pardee frankly should get a letter that says the boat wasn't on the mooring. That has nothing to do when your mooring went in. And two, it was late. And if it's late next year, or you don't meet Rule 11 next year, you lose your mooring rights. I think that's more than fair.
wasn't he in violation of Rule 11 last year as well?
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, it was the Sun's Morning first that we took away.
That's what I'm remembering, maybe
Yeah.
the part he
No,
named.
that was
They
about
gave him
four,
a-
that was
File.
about 3 years ago or more that we
Okay.
took the sun's mooring away. But he did, I think, file a Rule 11 request that said he had COVID or something like that. And but he did put the boat in,
Okay,
all right? And
so he's out of Rule 11s,
He's at his third strike or whatever. Yeah,
right? He's at his third strike.
yeah. You're not taking it away yet, but you're giving it, this is your last chance.
And we're not gonna allow a Rule 11 next year.
Please have your mooring down on time.
Yep. Okay.
That's the two things. I think if you guys are okay with what I just discussed,
Yep.
I can generate that letter.
Yeah, I think that's more than fair.
I do agree.
Wayne Walhalla. I really don't know him very well. If I saw him, I wouldn't know him. But my understanding is that he had a lung transplant last year or the year before, and it's related to 9/11 exposure. Technically, he's been given Rule 11s for a extended period of time. I don't know if it's been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, something in that general range. Okay. I suggest that this is a special exception and we extend his mooring life. We do not attempt to terminate his mooring rights at this point.
This is year 3. The first year, he filed Rule 11 because he was waiting for a lung transplant, and he knew
Okay.
if he used his boat in and then he got a lung transplant, he, wouldn't be able to
Yep.
do that. So then last year, he actually got the lung transplant, so he wasn't able to use it. And this year, I don't know what happened.
But he's been notifying us, keeping us,
Last
Like-
2 years he did, this year he didn't.
okay.
So, I mean, we might need to contact him and sort of at least see where he's at.
I'll reach, if you guys are okay with it. Again, I don't know him. Do you know him,
Right.
Lou?
I don't.
Um, I'd be more than happy to reach out to him and just talk to him.
Okay.
I did see him out on the water on somebody else's boat for a short period of time. So maybe he's making progress,
Mhm.
whether or not, that means his boat's going to go in, I have no idea, but why don't I try to talk to him and we'll talk about him next meeting as kind of a special case.
Yep, just in general, though, I think we have to be careful with special cases. But yes,
I 110%.
but yes, yeah. So we don't have to decide tonight, so let's do as you suggest. And I'm comfortable with you contacting all 3 of these folks if you're willing to do so. You guys?
Yep.
If you're able to do that, Bob, that would be great.
Okay.
Any further information on 11 that we want to get into here?
Yeah, this guy David Cole on Ferry Dock.
Yeah,
I don't know. Seems to be a problem.
one of those parts gonna show up, buddy. Just exactly what parts are they?
I saw us out there just for the day. So
Thank you for putting all the Rule 11 correspondence back up in here. For doing that. Okay. All right, new business, Fairfield Street Town Dock expansion. Is that yours? Did you put that on there?
I think that came up as far as what, putting a floating dock potentially, or
Oh,
getting closer to the
Yep.
dredge area.
Yeah.
okay, yes.
The concept.
Okay, yes.
Scott mentions it to me every now and then, and I just thought,
You threw
put
a
it on the
curveball.
agenda. Put it on the agenda. We don't have to decide anything now, but if it goes on the agenda, at least we'll see it every month.
Yep. Okay, Okay, so maybe we don't do anything with it tonight, but we know that thank you for clarifying. We know that that's an issue. Anyone have anything to say about it other than we should look at it? Do you want to say anything?
Yeah. Hey, would you mind if I asked a couple people in regards to what they think it would cost for that?
No, I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
Just as a reference, not as any kind of promise or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep, just.
I figure if Chad's gonna come do the moorings, he's gonna be there, and that's what he does. He builds docks and stuff like that. Ask him, what do you think this would cost? Maybe he can give us like a rough scratch on paper.
If he's willing to give us a rough scratch on paper,
Yep,
that's
that would
fine.
be great.
Okay.
Because we have, 6 months to a year of permitting ahead of him.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. At least
Okay.
we'll have like a ballpark.
Yep, that's
of
fine.
If this
Sure.
is doable or I'm out of my mind.
Right. And if it's,
Okay.
if it's the kind of thing that gets approved or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's good. And then, let's talk about the next item, the North Cove launch ramp caution signage, electrical hazards. And some pictures of both the, potential shocking devices. Well, that's the post that is nearly underneath them.
Well, actually, that's a proposed location
Yep.
to mount the
Yep.
sign to.
Yep, and.
Because that retaining wall.
Is that Shadow holding up a weapon?
Yeah. The retaining wall, I think, belongs to the neighbor, so we probably
It
can't put
does,
it.
it does, yeah, I
The
think
sign
it
on
does
the wall.
anyway. And this is the proposed sign, which is
It comes in various sizes. It could be,
very tasteful.
could be as small as the 5x7, you know?
You know, I said I didn't think we had an emergency to go put it up immediately, but I think my own personal feeling of it down there, that would be a good addition to put it on the post.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, would you be opposed if I asked the people own that wall?
do we think that's a better location for it?
That would be, if we were gonna put it on a post, I think we'd only, well, maybe get two, one facing this way, one
Yeah.
facing that way.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna put it on a wall, you just have one on the wall. Cause you'd see it if you're
If
coming
I
up.
asked them if they mind it or not?
Do you know them? I mean, I know them.
I don't know them.
I'll ask them.
It's just a suggestion.
I'll ask.
I
them
just
if we
figure
can do that.
if they're sticking out here, somebody could hang up on
That
it,
is
somebody might
absolutely
bend
true.
them being a kid.
Yep, absolutely true. If you have that it's a nice color copy I can have.
That.
And we'll ask him.
They can take their pick of the sizes, even 5x7 would be enough that you're gonna see it.
Okay, I will ask him. So I will take that one on. Okay. Kayak rule 11, reaching top rack. So that, I guess, is an issue. Does anybody have any further info on it?
That's
Just-
a little bit of mine. I was
Yep.
talking to Bob, and first of all, we don't have rule 11 for the kayak rack.
No,
but
we don't. Right.
there are, for anybody who's down there, there's always a bunch of spaces. So I don't know if everyone is using it, because then people call me and they say, oh, can I put my kayak down there? And I tell them it's full, but it really never looks full. So. Yeah, so I don't know why some people sign up and then don't put their kayak down there, but since there's almost as many people waiting as spots we have, it kind of is not a good look. And then, this is kind of silly, but the number one complaint I get is most people who are on the top rack, as soon as a spot opens up somewhere else, always ask to be on a different thing. Especially the ladies, it's really hard for them to get up there. So I don't know if we should have like a little stool, or I don't know what we should do, but I just telling you the comments I receive, so.
So you don't have a problem with shifting him down when the spot opens up?
Yeah, I always do that, but without fail, like, people usually ask to be shifted down whenever they can. I didn't get any requests so far this year, but.
How high is it? It's the same as the thingy rack.
It's not, but if you're an older person, I do understand. To
yeah,
me,
yeah.
I would rather have the top.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
you go like that.
Right,
And
yeah.
bend over and grab it. But
not everybody's that way, yeah,
I guess it's gonna work like seniority.
probably.
You've been here a long time, you're new. I don't know.
Yeah, I always like, new people usually get the top rack because other people have asked to be
Yep.
lowered, so.
Yep. Do we wanna, go ahead.
I can keep doing that.
If we put some kind of a stool down there and somebody fell off of it,
Yeah,
then all of a sudden it becomes a town liability.
I don't like that idea.
I'm not trying to be negative about it. I'm just thinking worst case of whatever. I'm sorry if they're having a problem. If on your list, whoever's on top, if they're younger, maybe we could call them and ask them, would you mind, or, down low, would you mind being up top because there's an older couple or person
Informal.
that it's easier for them. I don't know.
They have to put their age in the application.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about the
Physical
people.
height.
Yeah.
There's a physical flexibility test required for that.
It's not like you see, me a photograph. Oh, you're young, you can go high.
They usually don't complain during the season. It's like when renewal comes, they'll say,
Okay.
it was hard for me. Can I move? And
Well, at
usually
that
I
point-
lose somebody throughout the year. And
Right.
so then I just,
Yes, do it.
I move them. And then, like I said, the new people get put on the top rack because
Yep.
they haven't had a chance to complain about it.
Yep.
Exactly.
And they stay there if they don't complain. Yeah,
Sounds like it's taking care of itself.
sounds like it's taken care of itself. The only thing is, do we want to do a Rule 11 type process for that? And do we want to, and that means we have to watch, which, you've been doing, I guess.
Kind of. I
Kind
mean,
of.
when I walk down there, if I see
Yeah.
there's a bunch of spots, then I'll
That's-
take a photograph and
Yeah, that's all we need. And then if it's, do we want to extend Rule 11 to kayak?
We have to notify them that we're gonna watch,
That's
and
what I'm.
50% of the time the kayak should be down there on the rack.
Once we notify them, some people are just gonna be like, oh, get it.
Right, but we have 14 people on the wait list, so
That's
that,
what I'm saying,
yeah.
we jump right to the people.
Now, do these people have longer than average kayaks?
Which people?
The older ones? Meaning the ones that want it requested down lower? Cause the top seems to be better for the longer kayaks than lower.
I mean, I think it mostly has to do with people's height, their upper body strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, their age.
fragility.
I don't
yeah.
think it has to do necessarily. So I don't place the kayaks based on the length because first of all, I never know what spots are gonna be open. And second of all, like I said, some people just say, ask for a location.
We have a rule for max length there, do we?
Yeah, I forget what it is, like 14 feet or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
And some people have longer. So we can, but there is a rule that says certain length. Okay. Bob, you have anything to add to this discussion?
Um,
Adding,
not
Yeah.
particularly, no.
okay. So I think the idea is that we'll add Rule 11 coverage as it exists for other spots to this
Yep.
and just follow the same rules so that we don't have separate rules hanging around.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so I don't think we need a vote for that. I think we are okay. Just to say that's what we're gonna do.
I can, I can draft, something to be dropped in. I mean, it's not really much of a draft. It's just a copy
Right.
and paste, and we can approve it at the next meeting.
Okay,
And then I think with the renewals that we,
yeah, we send them out with the renewal. That's what I was thinking.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And, just if you're going down there anyway, taking a picture, I've been kind of looking at clothesline periodically. So I'll bring up next time. We've got at least some look at it.
Mhm.
Okay. Amtrak River Bridge updates. I've seen a couple emails, Jennifer, that you've sent along or you got. I don't know if you've been up there.
It's impressive.
I will say that temporary walk, that temporary bridge where they're doing stuff looks damn nice for future public space. If they're sitting cranes and dump trucks on it, I'm not sure that foot traffic is gonna be a problem.
Where do you get a view of it? Are you from the water or are you?
Yeah,
Yeah, seen it from the water. I think, yeah, some sort of access from land.
no. No, and I'm sure if I take a drone picture, even if it was on a Sunday, it'd probably cause all hell to break loose.
I've been encouraging the Mariners Way redevelopment committee to
Just think of
talk
a
to you
walkway.
guys.
Yeah.
Because you have seen a lot of this stuff and done more thought about it, but I don't know if anyone has reached out yet to Bob or anything, but
And who is that? That's the,
I think they're about to, because I got a request for Bob's contact information.
Okay.
from
So-
Doug,
From Doug,
okay.
Doug, my neighbor.
yeah. He
Okay.
told me, I'm gonna talk to Rob about that. I was like,
Okay.
okay.
We're still
So-
stuck in an
Is
entrance.
that Doug McCracken?
Yeah,
Yeah, he actually called me yesterday. Or sent me a text, I'm sorry, today. Sent me a text today. And we're gonna try to talk on Thursday.
Okay.
yeah, because I told them, you guys have actually been dealing with this since before the project started, you know, and giving thought to it, so.
Listen, is the planning commission and this Mariners Way committee or whatever the same thing, or
No,
Oh,
they're not?
but Mariners Way is where all the action is, I think, in terms of,
but the Mariners Way committee will have to work with the planning commission
Right.
and the zoning commission.
right. But to have them helping us figure out where, for example, we could have access potentially and maybe even helping with the purchase of something, it would probably be part of the Mariners Way discussion.
I mean, I think you guys are farther along in the thought process about the public access.
Yep.
Which is why I told them
Yeah.
to talk to you, but certainly I think they would like that to be part of whatever the final plan is.
Yep. Great, okay.
Do they meet on a regular basis, Jennifer?
Yes. They meet, the second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 5:30.
Look, I'm just making an assumption that based on your other job, or I was gonna say real job, okay?
I'm
You
their
have-
staff liaison, that's why, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'd be more than happy to attend a meeting and give them a quick presentation about what we're talking about.
Okay.
And
So their next meeting is next Tuesday, but they're doing a field trip. So it'll probably be like October.
True for me.
Yeah, you didn't know we could do field trips?
You get permission slip.
Doing a
Yes.
site
Yeah. To Block Island, see how they're.
visit to the area.
send me a text. I've got to make an appointment on a Tuesday night, either on the 30th or the 7th. I've got to pick one of those two dates. So if you tell me this other meeting is on the opposite, you tell me when that meeting is and I'll schedule around it. Okay?
Okay.
Where's their field trip to? Is it Mariners Way?
Yeah, yeah, so Chris Kotzer and I are trying to figure out like what is the best route to be able to let them see what they need to see, and
Gotta get access.
property do we need to get permission to
Yep,
trounce upon and such.
okay. All right, excellent. That's good. Progress. Love it. Ordinance change. I think we decided that we would,
Wait till the new chief comes in.
wait till the new chief is, and not like the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we hire one yet?
Yes. You just don't know who that is. That might be, is that happening tonight? The police commissioner's
There was a
meeting
large-
tonight.
I know, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I know they gave a
hope it
condition of
wasn't.
offer. But I don't know.
Okay, so we will know soon on that.
Was it no?
Never really could have reapplied.
Their new name.
Out of town person apparently, so. Update on harbor management plan, that's me. I haven't got anything. I'm beginning to think that, I was hoping the consultant would take the lead and kind of help us through it. Where it's at is, he has certainly told us where we need to focus. And I'm thinking that it's kind of in our court probably if we want to move this forward. And it is to the point where there are shared Google documents, and he's told us exactly what we want to do. It's almost like when we have time, we need to probably sit with the damn thing and just parcel it out, because this really isn't committee work. It's kind of a person takes a section
Yeah.
and does a section. And and be honest, the actual sections are not that numerous. And I think once we get into this, we're gonna realize it's not that big a deal. Because we're basically updating the parts that we can update, and then the legal parts are the ones we need Jeff to do, and this is just gonna be a copy and paste once he, collects all and gives us what the other towns are doing collectively.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if we do that and we just say, hey, we just need you to do these sections, that's probably how we'll get this finished. And so maybe, sometime over the winter, we can take a look at this. Because we've got a lot going on, and it's not like, I know we want to do it, but obviously it's not like an urgent matter. North Cove launch ramp guide piles discussion. As I've mentioned this possibility, people are yay. So, do you have any other?
So we just we've got the permit application from the consultant. They're just waiting for us to tell them to submit it to DEP.
Is that what's all this waiting? It's not in here, is it? No.
I think you included it on the first one.
The first, I
First-
forgot to make a copy of it.
Okay. Do you wanna?
I don't think I've
Talk about it?
But it's just basically, the permit application is to drive 4 piles
Yep.
either side of the ramp. So the boats are aligned with the ramp.
Oh, we're doing their side.
Is
That was the
We're
idea.
doing both sides of the ramp?
Yeah, 4
Oh,
piles,
cool.
And no dock, just 4 piles.
just 4 piles. And on the permit, my sketch had fendering on them and cleats on them. But, the permit application, they don't like taking my advice. They permit the piles. So, but when we put it out for bid, we're gonna say we want, non-marking fenders,
Yeah.
like rubber deep fenders on
Yeah.
each inboard side
Yeah.
and some cleats on them.
Yep.
So you get time to put them.
Um,
I know. I could go back to them and say, hey,
I would put it just honestly, just so it's in the permit, but it doesn't have to be exact, just pile with fenders. It can even just say with fenders and
Please.
hardware,
Yeah, and
like
hardware.
just so it's all covered. But it doesn't have to be drawn. I mean, we can
Yeah.
keep it as generic as we want, just so we
I could ask
get
them,
questions.
kick it back and say, how come you didn't put my note on there?
Yeah. Just so it gets approved, but
Yeah.
I
But
would,
I don't think that's a DEP. They don't really care about rubber fendering. Please.
You'd be. I've seen
Well-
notice violations for birdhouses.
you're literally for birdhouses.
Like, it's gotten thrown out, but they get nitpicked. That's why I was asking about those water pipes, like,
Mhm.
did we have them or not? They wanna know all that kind of stuff.
You know, the house
Gets
across
a
the
little gray.
street from you?
It's in,
What's that?
yeah, go.
No, that house across the street from you,
Number 6.
that whole,
Yeah.
Skidmore's house,
Mhm.
when it was something like that, Harder, whoever owned it before them,
Harms.
yeah, Harms, that's it. They had to, fight DEP on that back patio. 6 inches,
Oh,
cost them $31,000 to win.
Yeah.
How long has that patio been there for?
Yeah.
And DEP wanted them to move it.
Point being, we should say something about the fenders.
I'm saying to add the cleats.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. We're payment of bills. Thanks. All right, I will make a motion to pay some bills. We have one from, a suspicious one here from the dock master. $3,000, but payment to Scott Mitchell for $3,000 for the use of the boat to perform dock master duties for the 2025 season. $3,000. Guild Plumbing, $254.68 to deal with the leaks down there at Prairie Road. $90 twice to Clean Restroom Rentals, Inc. for the porta potties at Sheffield and Ferry. And Northworks, $1,080 for the, contracted work, which is the maintenance on the clothesline, North Cove and Sheffield. Online application fee from Online Mooring for $21. And $19.98 to, Saybrook Hardware for items that you needed.
Yeah, 2 pipes, 2 threaded rods,
Set of rods.
What should that be charged to?
North Cove Town Dock.
Okay, I think that's all of them. I think I got all of them. Okay, I make a motion to pay these bills. Anyone a second?
I'll second.
Rob seconds, discussion. Okay, hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Bob, do you want to be the David tonight?
No, not particularly. But I had one
Okay.
question though for Scott.
before
I'm
we do
sorry to
that,
do this,
okay.
but it's
Yeah.
just a question.
This is the opposite of the David.
This is the opposite of the David.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You asked for $3,000. That
Yes.
was your old boat rate. Are you
Yep.
going to use your new boat to set the moorings?
Yes. But,
It'll be 2026.
okay, that'll be next year, not this year.
No, I don't think so. I think it's this year. This budget goes for, you just build
Oh, the
for the
budget.
boat for next year.
Okay, I thought it was going, whatever.
Oh, that's right, because we go June to June.
I am using my other boat, yes.
I don't think the use of your new boat was tied to you pulling the moorings, although it was mentioned. Okay?
Okay.
So what I think is that if you have that boat in the water
Mm-hmm,
and you're using it, I think we owe you the differential and you should apply for it. Okay?
okay, fair enough,
In the spring.
yes.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
Now I'll do David. I'm going to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye.